Coming up next, What the K-Pop's EXO Radio Party and Group Chat, only here on WTK Radio.
넌 외로운 곳 차갑게 여는 눈빛 깊숙이 숨은 별빛 그 짙은 어둠 속 긴장에 빠진 너를 깨워낼 수만 있다면 멀리 찬란하게 뻗은 빛을 따라와 여기 차오르는 눈부심을 느껴봐 너의 세상에 내가 닿을 때 깨어나 너를 피워내 손을 내밀 널 지키러 이곳을 찾아 헤맸던 너를 위한 savior 아무 손 내가 손을 잡을게 a lifesaver 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 빛의 춤을 춰 Here we go, danger 위험해 어둠의 빛의 밖에 모양새 다운 서둘러 맘너들기 전 누구도 못 보게 너를 데려와 내 옆에 거울에 숙여 하얗게 타는 나의 그림자를 따라오면 되게도 많은 시공 속에서 조금씩 선명해지는 찰나 눈을 감아 조금씩 Light, 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 saver 내 시간 감춘 너의 눈을 마저 빛이 나게 새벽 끝에 와서 모두 제자리로 가는 길 바로 여기에 내 모든 걸 내게 줄게 손을 내민 날 지키러 이곳을 찾아 헤맸던 너를 위한 savior 아무 손 내가 빛이 돼줄게 lifesaver lifesaver
Welcome to WTK's EXO Radio Party and Group Chat. We're so glad to have you all joining us tonight. If you're just listening in only, don't forget that we also have a group chat room at the bottom of the homepage on our radio's website. You can sign in under any of your social media accounts, and when you do, you'll be automatically entered to win some of the cool prizes that we're giving away tonight. We have a lot of fun things in store, so while everyone connects to the group chat, we'll start things off by listening to the song that shot EXO to stardom. That's right, we've got Growl ready to go for all you EXO-L. Enjoy!
Yeah, okay. 나 혹시 몰라 경고하는데 잘 들어 지금 위험해 So dangerous 자꾸 나를 자극하지 마 나도 날 몰라 숨이 자꾸 멎는다 네가 날 향해 걸어온다 나를 보며 웃는다 너도 내 입에 끌리는지 눈앞이 다 캄캄해 네가 뚫어져라 쳐다볼 때 귓가에 가까워진 숨소리 날 미치게 만드는 너인 걸 아무도 날 못 보게 불을 감추고 싶어 그대들이 보세라 너무나 완벽한 내 여자라 품속엔 부드럽게 너를 안고 너만을 위해서 나는 난폭해지고 결국엔 강한 자가 없게 되는 미 자리가 없으니까 그냥 돌아가 가는 상태로야 다르니까 그만 봐 그녀를 넘본다면 나를 먼저 넘어봐 우리 말고 하나 둘씩 지워버리자 너하고 나만 여기 남아 멈춰진 듯이
And we are back. This is Amy, and I'm going to be your DJ tonight. Now, just to clarify, I am a huge K-pop fan, but I am an especially huge EXO fan. As a matter of fact, I better just be upfront with you guys and admit that Kai takes up way too much of my thought process throughout the day. Now, tonight we are going to be chatting about our biases, playing games, and sharing some amazing fan encounters that people have sent in or shared with us. I even have my own fan account to share with you guys, and spoiler, y'all might be a little jealous. Before we really get into things though, I want to tell you that we have a lot of cool EXO prizes we'll be giving away. We have a brand new copy of The War, along with some amazing posters, EXO merchandise, and other cool things that we'll be sending to lots of lucky fans. Now, if you want to win, stay on the group chat with us and participate in the trivia. The more active you are, the more that we'll see you, and that means that we might just choose you for a random prize as well. But for the winners of our trivia, we'll be mailing out some cool EXO fan packages and other things, so stay tuned. All of these cool prizes we got at a fantastic little store in Atlanta, Georgia, which is where we are based. It's called On the Way Home, and we'll drop the link for the store in the group chat. Even if you don't live locally, you can order from these guys. They have amazing prices for official albums, as well as a huge selection of fun merchandise like t-shirts, bracelets, and more. So definitely check them out. Before our next song, we're going to get things started in the chat by asking you all a question of would you rather. So here it is, EXO-L. Would you rather go on a date with Sehun, dance a special with Kai, or sing a duet with Baekhyun? Let us know as the next song plays. We've got Monster coming your way.
I'm in your heartbeat 뒤집고 무너뜨리고 삼켜
입어버리는 게 I'm sorry you make me so crazy you know you do
yeah, 모두 날 두려워해 So I'm untouchable man 근데 내 진심은 왜 결국에 날 거부 못해 숨어서 저보다가 깜짝 놀라지 내게 난 티노미 같은 난 내 존재의 일부 날 그대로 받아들여 너의 두려움 걱정은 접어들여 네가 견딜만한 고통은 누려 더 깊이 빠져들어 널 맘대로 가지고 놀아 내 손에서 맘껏 놀아 도망가지만 난 영원히 난 돌아 You can call me monster
I'm defeating your heart babe 뒤집고 무너뜨리고 삼켜 그래 넌 훔쳤단 니게
날 말아쳐 놓을 거야
네 맘속에 각인된 죄 죽어도 영원히 살래 그러니까 you call me monster 네 맘으로 들어갈 creeping 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 yeah creeping
We are back, and now I've been connected on the group chat as well, so I'm seeing your answers, and to be honest, I'm kind of surprised at some of y'all's choices for our Would You Rather question. Now, this actually might come as a bit of a shock since I did just admit my undying love for Kai, but for this particular game of Would You Rather, I think I would actually choose to sing a duet with Baekhyun, who is my second bias, by the way. The reason being is because I am a huge fan of dance, but I actually cannot dance myself. So in front of Kai, I would be especially nervous, and I would probably just end up tripping and falling on my face in front of him. And to be honest, I would rather be a little distance away anyways, where I could just 100% focus on all of his glorious grace and beauty when he dances, because admit it, y'all, he is just perfection when he starts to move. We actually have our first fan account to share, so let's get right to it. This story comes from a very lucky fan in California who was blessed enough to see OT12 back in the day when they went to Disneyland after attending KCON LA. This is from a user named Sun-Dried Stars, and this is what she has to say. We went to California Adventure and we were standing around wondering where to go. All of a sudden I turned around and there was Chris walking through the crowd. It was easy to spot him since he was so tall and his hair was really bright at the time. I grabbed my friend named Gabriella and told her that it was EXO, and I just stood and gawked at them as they walked by, taking in their perfection. Chris walked by, and let me just say, pictures do not do him justice. I honestly never knew what all the fuss was about, but OMG, OMG, he looks even better in person. I probably looked really odd just standing there staring at him because he looked at me as he walked by. LOL. Then after him, Sehun passed, and he looked at me as I just stared at his flawlessness. I knew that he was cute from all the videos that I have seen, but I was so surprised to see him in real life. His skin is flawless, not one blemish or anything, and he is just simply stunning. By that time, I gathered myself together, and me and my friend started following them from a distance. Now, this is where things start to get a little fuzzy. The members then split up, and a couple of them sat around or got snacks. Gabriella asked me who my favorite was because she's actually not an EXO fan, and I showed her Lay. She went over and asked him to take a picture with me, and he was super nice and was just like motioning her to come closer, and she goes, "Oh no, not for me, for my friend." And then she points at me. He motioned at me to come over, so I went over and stood by him while she got ready to take it. I was all smiling at the camera and posed and ready, and then out of nowhere, for at least it was out of nowhere for me since I wasn't expecting to hear him, he says, "It's very nice to meet you." And I'm like, OMG, 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 did he just speak to me? OMG, and in English, OMG. His voice was a lot deeper than I imagined it to be, and it was so cute the way he said it. It was just slow and very articulate, probably since he had to make the effort to say the words correctly. I turned around and was just like, "Oh, it's super nice to meet you too." He was so relaxed and chill and sweet and was totally down to take a picture with me, which I wasn't expecting. It was so great, and then I kind of blacked out and don't remember what happened after that, LOL. After that, the other members did come back. They reunited all happy and smiling. It was so adorable, and then they actually left. Wow, I cannot imagine actually getting to take a picture with my bias. I think that is like the one thing that every fangirl and fanboy dream about, right? So what an amazing experience for this girl. Thank you for sharing your fan account with us. Now we have our first 3 trivia questions for all of you guys that are connected to the group chat, so listen closely. And then let us know your answers as the next song plays. Some of our staff are online and they'll be keeping track of the right answers. So the first person to get all 3 correct answers will get the points for this round. At the end of the night, we will be tallying it up and see who comes in first place, second place, and third place for trivia. So we'll be sending out prizes for first, second, and third. So don't worry if you don't get it right away. You can still have more chances to win. You cannot begin to answer the questions until I have finished all 3 of the questions and the song begins to play. So is everybody ready? Here you go. Number 1. Who was the first EXO member to be revealed to the public? Who is the first EXO member to be revealed to the public? Number 2, which 2 members went on the famous reality show Law of the Jungle? There were 2 members of EXO, past and present on this one. And so which 2 members were they that went on the reality show Law of the Jungle? And then number 3, what does Suho's stage name actually mean? We're not talking about the meaning behind his real name, but about the name Suho. What does Suho mean? So let us know your answers starting now, as we have our next song coming up, Love Me Right.
Oh yeah, come on. Take your time. 왠지 두근대는 밤이야. No, 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 no. So tonight, 달 끝까지 달려가 볼까? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Just right. 시동에 걸어 웩셀에 발을 홀려. 모든 것이 특별해 너만 잘 어울려. 무엇을 원하든 I'ma make it work. Yeah. Shorty 아마 발이 들려 sundown. 지금의 신비로운 느낌은 뭘까? 완전 내게로 와서 people are so right. 네가 없는 난 어딜 가든 nobody. 도로 위에 여긴 runway. 날 바라보는 눈속 make it right. Just love me right. Baby love me right. 내게로 오면 설레지만 넌 매력적인 나의 universe. Just love me right. 내 우주는 전부 너야. Just love me right. Just love me right. Just love me right. 내 우주는 전부 너야. Shine 별빛 속을 달려 은하수를 건너. No, no, no. 멈출 순 없어. 우리 비치는 달빛은 여전하지. 내게도 반 헤매고 있어 난 아직. 아껴 눈이 쏘 날 long baby. 네가 없는 난 어딜 가도 반쪽짜리니까.
are back with What the K-Pop's EXO Radio Party and Group Chat, where I will reveal the answers to the trivia that we asked you before that last song. The number one, we asked you who was the first EXO member to be revealed to the public. Now, of course, you guys know I'm going to start off with the question about my bias, so if you didn't get it right, then please learn. Kai was the very first member of EXO to be introduced to the public. Number two, which two members went on to the famous reality show Law of the Jungle? That would be our former member Tao, and of course our little happy virus Chenyol. Number three, what does Suho's stage name mean? Suho's stage name is very appropriate, and that would be Guardian. Now we have another fan account, but before I share it, we have one more round of Would You Rather. This question is, would you rather be the Cordy Nuna for Jumin, that precious, beautiful little angel with the body of a Greek god, or would you rather be the driver for Dio? Now, everyone would love to see Jumin up close, of course, and help him with his wardrobe and makeup and style, but on the other hand, being Dio's driver, you could not only get to spend a lot of time with him, which would be really entertaining, but you'd also get to meet all of his famous actor friends. So which one would you rather do? It's a little tough, but let us know. Now, I've got one more fan account. This comes from an extremely lucky Korean fan. Her screen name is Tomoni1213, and she actually ran into EXO at the hair salon when she was getting her hair done. Actually, this was back in the day as well. It was when everyone was still together, and so it's a little bit of an older thing, but it was a really great fan account, and I decided to share this one because I just thought it was so great. And this is what she has to say. Now, to give you a little bit of background, this girl had been going to the same hair salon for a couple of months, and as it happened that day, she went to get her hair cut and colored, so she was going to be there a while. And this is when EXO-M was actually in Seoul, and they were there for Fashion Week, Seoul Fashion Week, so that's why they were all there. So it says she made an appointment at 11. I arrived at 10:50, and I heard the hairstylist talking about Jumin. Was Jumin coming in today? And I all of a sudden listened, like, trying to hear what they were going to say, but in the end they said he wasn't going to come in after all. I then began having my hair cut. I was still struggling with the dilemma of whether I should dye my hair. In the end, I decided to dye it, and right when my hair was sticking out all over the place, getting worked on, a very familiar figure walked past, and I saw him in the mirror. While I was wondering if I was hallucinating, he had already walked some distance away from me. Therefore, I began to pay 120% attention around me, hoping to see some other members appearing. Suddenly, my boyfriend, Kim Jong-dae, appeared in front of me. Just where I was sitting, I could see him in the view of the mirror. I could see directly in front of him. My boyfriend was smiling and talking to the staff. OMG, I was dying. Cameras cannot even begin to capture Jong-dae's beauty. I really can't remember the exact order, but Chris, Jumin, Luhan, Lei, they all walked right behind me, and I was just watching them in the mirror. My seat was definitely the best because I could clearly see what they were all doing from the reflection of the mirror, and I didn't even have to turn around and stare at them. Jumin was happily talking away with the staff. I envied them so much that I literally wanted to cry. He is such a down-to-earth person. He kept walking back and forth and yawning and stretching, and because I kept looking into the mirror, staring at them, all of a sudden he looked over at me and made eye contact with me right when my hair had all the hair dye and the bits of hair sticking out with the foil and everything. It was terrible. Right at this moment, though, they decided that I needed to go get my hair washed, and this hair wash place had partition walls. So I was really hoping that Jumin would end up getting beside me, sitting right beside me to get his hair washed, but of course, how could that even be possible? However, just when I was about to close my eyes to get my hair washed, I heard a sound in my ear saying, "Excuse me, could you please get me water?" I followed the sound, and wah! Next to my washroom was Tao and Luhan talking in Chinese. Why, oh, why did I not put in more effort to learn Chinese? I was suddenly on the verge of exploding, of course, with excitement. I didn't know if Jumin went outside or to the bathroom. However, he had vanished from my sight. I could hear from a distance, I could hear Luhan shouting, "Jumina!" They were so cute together. It was a joy to watch them. After washing my hair, I went back to my seat, and I could not believe what I was looking at. Luhan was sitting there in the seat beside mine. Jumin was beside him. They were so adorable. What a lucky fan. She then goes on to say that Jumin was so tiny, he probably only wore a small at the time, but she said he was in really baggy clothes. And then she went on to say his legs were only 2/3 the size of hers, which I found totally hysterical, and that they all seemed super sleepy and cute because they just kept there sitting in the chairs, yawning and talking and giggling. And she said they were very touchy-feely and really cute and just like hugging on each other. Man, that's one lucky fan, don't you think? I mean, I think we all have this fantasy of living in Korea and stuff like this happening to us, you know? So with those jealous thoughts in mind, let's move on to our next song. As Overdose plays, let us know which member you fantasize about meeting one day. Would you love to magically run into Jumin or Suho or Chenyol if you lived in Seoul? Let us know. Who would you want to run into out in public if you lived there or just visiting there? Let us know as we listen to Overdose.
Come in. Boring. 모든 걸 걸고 널 들이킬 now 이제 돌이킬 수도 없다 이건 분명 위험한 중독 So bad no one can stop her 헐라 오직 그것만 바라 그녀의 사랑 하나뿐인걸 치명적인 fantasy 황홀함을 안 내취해 갈망하고 있어 Someone call the doctor 날 붙잡고 말해줘 사랑은 영중 overdose 시간이 지날수록 통제는 힘들어져 점점 깊숙이 빠져간다 Too much 너야 Your love 이건 overdose Too much 너야 Your love 이건 overdose 노래는 그 손길로 엄마 볼링은 너를 갈구해 좀 더 가빠진 숨으로 질식된 후회 점률 그리곤 한숨 헐러 독한 약 같아 내겐 헤어나올 수 없는 destiny 비는 뜨거워지지 yeah. 마침내 모두 지배해 Oh she wants me Oh she's got me Oh she hurts me 계속 너만 그리고 그리나 Someone call the doctor 날 붙잡고 말해줘 사랑은 병중독 overdose 시간이 지날수록 통제는 힘들어져 점점 깊숙이 빠져간다 Too much 너야 Your love 이건 overdose Too much 너야 Your love 이건 overdose 모두 다 내게 물어와 내가 변한 것 같아 심장이 네가 바뀌어버린 듯 세상이 온통 너인데 멈출 수 없어 이미 가득한 널 지금 이 순간 You in my heart yeah. 난 너를 맛보고 너를 마신다 온몸이 떨려와 계속 들이켜도 아직 모자라 손끝까지 전율시킨 갈증 이 순간을 잡아 질주를 멈추지만 너무 좋아 Can't stop Hey doctor 지금 이대로 가진 않아 주체할 수 없는 이 끌림 속에 너가 내려가나 이 느낌 없이는 죽은 거나 마찬가지야 내가 사는 이유 열렬한 달콤함의 중독 Someone call the doctor Someone call the doctor 난 그녀가 필요해 하루도 난 버틸 수 없어 버티지 못해 벗어나고 싶지 않은 천국 같은 너 긴긴 이 너 Too much Your love 이건 overdose Too much 너야 Your love 이건 overdose
Welcome back to WTK's EXO Radio Party and Group Chat. Now, first of all, I want to apologize. I heard some people saying that the sound is skipping a little bit as some of the songs are playing, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm not sure what's going on. I think maybe because we have so many people connected that are listening in at one time and also in the group chat that maybe we're having a little bit of issues with our server. So while we try to figure that out, I do apologize. So just be patient with us until we can kind of figure out what's going on. Now, we do have a caller on the line who is ready to play some trivia on air, and she says that she is a pretty hardcore EXO-L, so we're going to give her some hard questions and see how she can do. Let's get connected and talk to Rihanna. Okay, and we are here with a caller on the line who's going to participate in some trivia for our EXO party. We have Rihanna on the line. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been an EXO fan?
Hey everyone, I'm Rihanna. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been in EXO-L for about 2.5 years now.
Do you have a bias in EXO, or?
There are too many to have just one.
I agree.
But Kai and Lei would definitely be my top two, and then Baekhyun and Chanyeol are also pretty high up there.
Oh, they are great. Kai is actually my bias as well, so we're on the same page there. So,
Right.
now I have 5 questions for you, and these questions are mainly about the life of EXO members before they became stars. So they're kind of hard. So this game is not timed. So just take your time and answer to the best of your abilities. And in the meantime, everyone else is signed in on our group chat can also play along as Rihanna answers these questions. So the goal is to get 3 out of 5 questions correct, and if you do, we'll be sending you an EXO fan pack in the mail. Does that sound okay?
That sounds awesome.
All right, well, let's get going here. The first question is, which EXO member began his career as a child? And if you need a hint, I have a hint ready for all of them. You'll just have to tell me if you need a hint for some.
Yeah, let me hear the hint.
Okay, this is a member, one of the original members of EXO-M.
Oh my gosh, I feel like an idiot.
It's all right.
I would have to go with Schumann.
Actually, it's not. It's our little dimpled cutie pie Lei for that one. So he actually started his career as a child actor in China. So if you have time, you should look up some fan cams and different clips online. He was really adorable. Okay, now this is our second question. It's one of the members from EXO-K, and they went to an all-boy high school. Which member went to an all-boy high school and was also part of the student council? He was one of the pretty smart members. Do you know who it is?
Oh my gosh, I feel so stupid for not knowing these. Oh my goodness. I'm going to say Suho.
And that would be correct. So you got one right. Way to go. Okay, the third question is, which member famously ran away from an SM Town casting agent after he was approached at lunch with friends when he was just 12 years old? The agent came up to him, told him he wanted to cast him at SM. He thought it was a joke, and he ended up running away. He ran away for like 30 minutes. Thank goodness the casting agent did not give up. He chased after him, finally chased him. He's 12 years old. Do you know which member that was? It was also an EXO-K member.
I want to say that would say him, but I'm probably wrong.
Yep, that was right. It's
yes.
All right, we got 2 out of 3 so far. So the next one is a question about Kai. So hope you get this one right, okay? And it was, what did Kai's parents promise him if he went to audition with SM? He didn't want to do it, and his parents promised him that they would give him something in return. And you don't have to get it exactly right, just kind of the same, general thing. Do you have any idea what they promised to give him?
Wasn't it a Nintendo?
Yes, it was. Very good. All right, you've already got 3 out of 4, so that means you're already going to win the prize. But first, just for the fun of it, I'll give you the last question. We'll see if you can win, maybe like bonus poster or something, okay? This one is, which member has a black belt in Kendo and also trained in Wushu, Taekwondo, and fencing? And I will give you a hint. It is a current member, so don't be, tricked up being like Tao or somebody like that. It is a current member with the black belt Kendo and also trained in Wushu, Taekwondo, and fencing. Any idea who that would be?
Oh man. I'm going to think maybe Chen.
It actually is the body of the group. It would be Zhumin.
Really?
Yes, yeah, he has a black belt in Kendo. He's very athletic. So thankfully, Rihanna, you did get 3 out of 5 questions right, and that was the goal. So you did win the EXO fan pack. So we'll be sending you some things out in the mail, and we're really glad that you connected with us tonight. We hope that you'll keep on supporting What the K-pop, and of course, keep on supporting EXO as well. We hope you have a great night, and we'll get in touch with you and send you your prize out very soon. So thanks for playing along.
Of course, as always. Thanks for having me.
I find it really funny how we all respond differently. I'm like Rihanna. The first time I ever called into a radio station was actually a program for one of my favorite K-pop singers. His name is Brian Ju, if you guys know him. He's part of Fly to the Sky, and I called into his radio show, and I was so nervous that I just started giggling hysterically. I didn't think I actually giggled that much until I listened to the broadcast later, and then I was so humiliated. So I can definitely understand Rihanna getting nervous, like being put on the spot, is kind of difficult to think of the questions, but she did a great job. Now, before we go to our next song, we have one more thing of Would You Rather. Would you rather have one date with your ultimate EXO bias, or 20 dates with your least favorite member of the group? Either way, we'd be super lucky to have those opportunities. So with that in mind, and as you guys let us know your answers, let's listen to Lucky One.
태양이 뜬다 널 찾아줄 지도를 들고 좌표를 따라 나서는 항로 No matter 좁힌 아침밤은 너를 향할 테니 너를 닮은 하늘은 아름다워 오늘도 이대로 너는 부셔 익숙한 듯 낯선 길 휘어버릴게 너와 나의 평행선 넘어 I don't mind 큰 파도에 밀려 이 항해의 끝에 내가 휘몰아치는 순간 내 세상에 멈춰서 넌 나의 only one 너를 발견한 순간 더 찬란히 빛나는 I'll be the lucky one 너와 나 이곳에 keep on coming 같은 시간 속에 하나 된 그 순간 We'll be the lucky ones Girl 비밀스럽게 숨겨둔 너의 고백 Just tell me right now 다가갈게 한 걸음 내 곁에 baby 오늘도 제대로 never go back 오직 나만 아는 룰 바꿔버릴게 너와 나의 평행선 넘어 I don't mind 큰 파도에 밀려 이 항해의 끝에 내가 휘몰아치는 순간 내 세상에 멈춰서 넌 나의 only one 너를 발견한 순간 더 찬란히 빛나는 I'll be the lucky one 너와 나 이곳에 keep on coming 같은 시간 속에 하나 된 그 순간 We'll be the lucky ones 수많은 사람 속 나의 lover 운이 좋게 찾은 내 글로벌 올 것 같아 내게로 너란 행운도 멋지지 누가 뭐라 해도 널 알아갈수록 yeah let's go 공존할 수 없는 곳은 없어 넌 나의 only one 너의 lucky one 기사 휘몰아치는 순간 내 세상에 멈춰서 넌 나의 only one 너를 발견한 순간 더 찬란히 빛나는 I'll be the lucky one 너와 나 이곳에 keep on coming 같은 시간 속에 하나 된 그 순간 We'll be the lucky ones
the next song plays, we have 3 quick trivia questions for you, so let us know your answers starting now. Who danced briefly with SHINee before actually making his official debut with EXO? Number 2 is who sang in a band in high school and ended up winning at a music festival? And number 3, which member decided to become a musician after watching the movie School of Rock with Jack Black? Those are kind of quick, so let me repeat them. Number 1, who danced briefly with SHINee before ever making his debut officially with EXO? Number 2, who sang in a band in high school and ended up winning at a music festival? And number 3, which member decided to become a musician after watching the movie School of Rock with Jack Black? Let us know your answers in the group chat starting now as we listen to Call Me Baby.
이 거리 완전 난리야 사람들 사이는 남이야 함께하는 매 순간이 like boom 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 what up Hey girl 영원 같던 찰나 나를 한순간 뚫고 가 넌 내 이름 불러주면 나에게로 다가와 놀라 순간처럼 낮아 너를 마주하는 순간 oh my 편하게 여기 앉아 이제 내 얘기를 들어봐 멀리 돌아간대도 이렇게 너의 곁에 단 한 남자가 돼줄 테니 내 말은 내 입술에 넣어 스며들어와 나를 깨워 Time's wasting girl So don't wait too long 빛나는 것들을 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐봐 Call me baby, call me baby Call me baby, call me baby 널 향해 걷어가 mama 너 말곤 그 문을 욕심들 속에 나의 그 어떤 말도 넘어서 그 믿음을 보여준 너 모두 변해 날 떠나간대도 너는 나만 내 lady 내 손을 잡아주는 그거면 내 것들을 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐봐 Call me baby, call me baby Call me baby, call me baby 널 향해 거쳐가 mama 너 말곤 그 문을 닫아 어둠 미로 속에 갇혔던 날 깨워준 네 목소리 들려와 날 다시 태어나게 해 Baby 혼란스러운 공간 속 날 이끌어줄 빛이 되고 놓치지 않아줄 너라면 Baby 널 안고 벤치 않을게 널 안고 나를 떠나버린 사람들과 마주해 Never the mind about a thing 내 가슴 속 그 거대한 공백에 널 더해 Baby 흔들리는 세상 속에서 빛이 되준 오직 한 사람 바로 나는 것들을 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐봐 Call me baby, call me baby Call me baby, oh baby yeah 나를 존재하게 해 내 세상은 오직 you're the one 나는 것들을 만나 그 안에 진짜를 봐봐 Call me baby, call me baby Call me baby, 몇 번이라도 그래
And we are back. This is Amy, your DJ for the night here on this lovely time of EXO Music and Games. Now, before Call Me Baby played, we asked you 3 questions for our trivia contest. Did you get the answers correct? The first one was who danced with SHINee before making his debut with EXO, and that would be none other than our adorable, dimpled Chinese member, Lei, who sang in a band in high school and won a music festival. Well, of course, that's our incredible vocalist, Baekhyun. And lastly, which member decided to become a musician after watching School of Rock with Jack Black? That's got to be our talented multi-instrumentalist, Chanyeol. Now we're going to take a little bit of a break from all the talking and just listen to two of my favorite EXO songs from their new album, The War. We've got Kpop and Forever heading your way, so sit back and enjoy while you contemplate our next round of Would You Rather. For the previous question, I asked, would you rather go on a date with your EXO bias or 20 dates with your least favorite member? And it should come as no surprise that on this question at least, I am going with one date with my ultimate bias, Kai, instead of 20 dates with my least favorite member, even though of course I love him too. Because of when else would you have the chance to go on a date with your bias? So of course for me that is the obvious answer. The next question, while we enjoy the music, is would you rather be the only fan to live with EXO for an entire month, or would you rather have a lifetime supply of concert tickets for all of their future tours? To me, that's a really hard one. I'll let you know my answer when we come back, but for now, let us know your answer in the group chat as we listen to Kpop and Forever.
Shimmy Coco Pop, I think I like it. 긴장은 down down, 부끄러워 말고 어지러운 마음속에 내가 들어가 익숙한 듯 부드럽게 내게 번져가 고요한 밤이야 날 위한 밤이야 참을 수가 없어 빠져가 yeah, yeah. 너의 몸짓에 난 취해가 yeah, yeah. 네가 알던 뻔한 모습에 나를 잊어 오늘 숨겨둔 본능을 shake me up. It goes down down baby 리듬에 엉망 It goes down down baby 바뀌고 소리쳐 우린 We going Kpop. Shimmy shimmy Kpop, I think I like it. 조금씩 down down, 수줍어 말고 누가 뭐래도 너 신경 쓰지 말아 지금 이대로 아름답기만 해 멈춰버렸으면 baby are you down? 마지막 밤이야 둘만의 밤이야 긴장하지 말고 다가와 yeah yeah 네 모든 걸 내게 맡겨봐 yeah yeah 점점 풀려가는 높이 더 내려놔 오늘 눈치 보지 말고 shake it up. It goes down down baby 리듬에 엉망 It goes down down baby 맡기고 소리쳐 우린 Break it down now. Go down now. 밤은 깊어도 더 빛나는 너의 그 눈빛이 난 내게 말해 기분 좋은 밤 넌 원하고 있어 알아 it's okay 이제 시작해 Let's go It's a party go go Down down baby 네 맘에 엉망 Down down baby 맡기고 소리쳐 Going Kpop. Down down baby 이때의 숨결 Down down baby 너를 불태워 미쳐 Going Kpop. You could be my only star You could be the moonlight 이대로 우리 영원하자 Forever Forever, 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 forever. Girl, you know you got me up. 나 믿어, 미쳐 뛰는 heart. 그건 나의 돈. Yeah, 어딜 방황했어. 찾아낸 빈도. Make me feel so. 그 무엇도 너와 비교 못할 거라고. 그 끝은 몰라도 신기한 이야 네가 느껴져 my only star. You could be the moonlight. 난 세상에 너 하나면 돼. Forever. 내게 달려가. 어둠을 뚫고 미친 그 질주로 널 안을게. Let's make it forever, ever. 사라지지 마. 이게 끝인데 다시는 이런 사랑 없는 걸. Don't break my soul. 그 눈빛과 말 모든 것 다 forever, forever. 새벽이 우릴 찾아오면 내 온몸으로 널 따스히 덮어줄게. 너도 날 알아줘. 태양빛도 올라도 네가 없이 난 No matter where you are. 네가 온몸을 적셔도 목이 말라 말라. 내게 달려가. 어둠을 뚫고 미친 그 질주로 널 안을게. Let's make it forever, ever. 사라지지 마. 이게 끝인데 다시는 이런 사랑 없는 걸. Don't break my soul. 그 눈빛과 말 모든 것 다 forever. 나만 볼 수 있게 해줘. 누구도 손댈 수 없게 내 품에서 안게 해줘. 이대로 영원하자 forever.
Yeah, nice girl. 나를 밀어 올린 now. 빛을 고 싫어. Ladies wanna town. Put it work. 너 메탈처럼 빛이 나. 왠지 그녀와 난 항상 필상적.
시계를 low. 그녀는 밤에서 low. Hit me and we going high. 내 거라 더 들어대. 시퍼런 세계 날 것.
Hold up, 까지 전부 던져버려. 뭐라 담아 걸어. 끝까지 가보자. Rock and roller 같은 놈의 오래전에 던진 걸어. 단지 네가 나를 움직인 컨트롤러 필라서 나 영원히 내게
달려가. 어둠을 뚫고 미친 그 질주로 널 안을게. Let's make it forever, forever, ever. 사라지지 마. 이게 끝인데 다시는 이런 사랑 없는 걸. Don't break my soul. 그 눈빛과 말 모든 것 다 forever.
Don't you just love those two songs? I really actually think that The War is one of EXO's best albums. Now, I know that not everyone is a huge fan of Kpop, although I personally don't understand it because I happen to love this song. And I actually think that this album, musically speaking, is just really brilliant and one of their best. So before we had those two songs, we asked, would you rather go on one date with your ultimate bias or 20 dates with your least favorite member? And of course I told you it was Kai. And then from there we went on to, would you rather be the only fan to live with EXO for an entire month or have a lifetime supply of concert tickets for all their future tours? Now on this one, I have to say this is a really hard question for me, but since, you know, most of us can at some point in our life have the hope of going to concerts and tours, I think actually for this one I would have to go with, I would want to be the fan that lives with EXO for a month. Now that probably might not come as a surprise to some of you, but I just think it would be really interesting to see them on kind of an everyday basis. And even though of course, you know, I wouldn't want them to see me on an everyday basis, I would definitely want to see them on an everyday basis. And I just think it would be neat to see them and what the personalities are really like. And of course, when are you ever going to get that chance again? So I have to say that that would be my answer for that one. Now we have some more trivia coming up, so stay tuned. First of all, however, we have a couple of fan accounts to share with you guys, just some short ones. These are all from exocanada.net. We appreciate these guys tuning in tonight and sharing their own fan accounts with us. These are from several of the admins there, so make sure to check their site out. The first one is from admin Maple Cookie, and this is what she has to say. Me and some of our other admins caught members of EXO in Times Square in April of 2017. We saw Kai come out of a taxi to enter their hotel. He was carrying shopping bags, and he did later say at the concert that he had been shopping in Soho. It was like slow motion. I turned around to point him out to my friends, and I could barely speak. I could only look at him as he passed me by. He was wearing a face mask, but he was still so attractive in person. He wore a blazer and jeans. Shortly after, Chen came out of the hotel, but I was the only one to see him walk by. My gut reaction was to smack my friend on the arm to get her attention, but it was all for naught because they only saw the back of his head as he walked down the street. Again, very handsome in person, despite the face mask, and taller than I imagined him to be. Like magic, Chen Yul appeared next. He walked right in front of me. He was in a black hoodie and ball cap. He is much taller than me. I was frozen. I couldn't speak, move, or do anything at all. He's my ultimate bias, so I was starstruck, which does not happen often. We saw Dio much later on, but I only saw him from behind. As tempting as it is to approach the guys or follow them, we all just mutually agreed to keep our distance. We know how much they like New York City, so we wanted to respect their space. This is from another admin called Admin Lucky, and this was from a little bit, before this. It was back in 2012, she says, so back when they were all still together. She says, I saw EXO at my hotel back in 2012. My family had just finished dinner and I really needed to go to the bathroom. I went back to our hotel myself when my family went to buy to the nearby convenience store. Right when I walked in, I saw a huge sign that said SM Town Live 3 After Party. I immediately ran to my room, did my business, and ran back to the lobby. 5 minutes later, the boys of EXO-K walked through the doors and right in front of me. 2 seconds after they walked in, the rest of my family walked in behind them, and they looked at me as I just pointed to the sign, since I was pretty sure I could not speak after what happened. Funny enough, right outside the hotel, according to my sister, she said that Suho had waved her into the hotel first, but she told him to go in first instead. Her response when I told her it was EXO was, "Oh, so that's who it was?" Now, before our next song, we have our final trivia questions of the night for those of you in the group chat. Now, these are going to be the hardest questions that we've given out in the group chat so far, so you need to listen closely. You must respond with all correct answers for your answer to be counted. These are worth double points and will go a long way at helping you get those prizes. So listen closely. And don't forget that you cannot answer the question until I have finished asking all three of the questions and the next song begins to play. So listen closely. I'll repeat the questions. These are pretty hard. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 1, which member has a slight lisp when he speaks? Number 2, which member is currently studying for his master's degree of media and advertising at the famous Hanyang University? And number 3, we all know that EXO is very close with some of their senior artists at SM Town. In particular, we know that Kai and Chinese Taemin are super close, but there are actually several EXO members that are close to Super Junior members, and fans really love to see these pairings. So, for example, one of those is Chenyol and Yesung. But there are 3 other EXO members that are very, very close to their senior artists, and those 3 artists happen to be Super Junior members. So thinking about Chenyol and Yesung as an example, name the other 3 pairs that are so famous for being friends. Now let me repeat those questions. Like I said, I do understand that these are the hardest ones that we've had tonight. Number 1, which member has a slight lisp when they speak? Number 2, which member is currently studying for his master's degree of media and advertising at the famous Hanyang University? And number 3, apart from Chenyol and Yesung, who are very good friends, there are 3 other EXO members that are very close to members in Super Junior. Name all 3 of the EXO SJ pairs. As we listen to EXO's still classic pre-debut song, What Is Love, let us know your answers in the group chat starting now.
Girl, I can't explain what I feel.
느껴지게 만들지 너만 있으면 영화 속의 주인공 널 보려 달려가는
액션씬이라도 찍을 것처럼 난 마치 영웅이 된 것처럼 넌 내게 완벽 상상해보았어 함께라면 어떨까 yeah. 난 너만 괜찮다고 말해주면 모두 완벽해 Oh baby I lost my mind 너를 처음 만났을 때 너 하나 빼고 모든 것은 getting slow motion 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 매일 그대와 수많은 감정들을 나눠주고 배워가며 싸우고 울고 안아주고 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 세상 남자들 모두 날 부러워해 너를 가진 내가 질투나 죽겠나봐 해가 가고 달이 가도 절대 안 변해 난 보기보다 우직하게 믿을 남자라는 걸 넌 알게 될 테니까 I don't know why 절대적인 이 감정을 내가 생각조차 했을까 내 곁에 있을 때 난 점점 대단한 남자가 되고 빛나는 걸 I lost my mind 너를 처음 만났을 때 너 하나 빼고 모든 것은 getting slow motion 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 매일 그대와 수많은 감정들을 나눠주고 배워가며 싸우고 울고 안아주고 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 간절히 바라고 바란다면 이루어질까 동화 얘기처럼 영원한 둘만의 해피엔딩 Happily ever after 나만은 널 믿어주고 지켜주고 달래줄게 네 편이 될게 네 곁에서 절대 안 떠나 I lost my mind 너를 처음 만났을 때 너 하나 빼고 모든 것은 getting slow motion 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 매일 그대와 수많은 감정들을 나눠주고 배워가며 싸우고 울고 안아주고 내게 말해줘 이게 사랑이라면 세상 남자들 모두 날 부러워해 너를 가진 내가 질투나 죽겠나봐 Baby 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 널 알아보는 것 이게 사랑인 걸까 아이처럼 널 자주 웃게 만들고 친구처럼 널 가장 편하게 만들 거야 My baby 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 말해줘 내게 원했어 Oh, do. Ooh, yeah. 반짝 짧게 빛났었던 행복 속에 취해 저 기억의 빛에 잠깐 눈이 멀었나 봐 닿을 수 없는 그곳에 너는 이미 가 있어
먼 잠깐 빛났다 잠시 세상을 밝혔다
온 세상을 마치 내 것처럼 나에게 보여주곤 더 낫다
천둥처럼 늦었다 나는 이제야 널 찾는다
뿜뿜뿜뿜뿜 뒤늦게 소리내 널 부른다 나는 이제야 알아 이제야 너를 알아 너를 잡고 싶어 너무 멀리 가버렸나 봐 시간이 갈수록 너와 난 멀어
멀리서 또 누군가에게 빛이 되어 있겠지
연기처럼 아주 빨랐다 우린 너무나 달랐다
우리 사이 시간의 차이가 함께할 수 없는 공간이 됐다 천둥처럼 늦었다 나는 이제야 후회한다 뿜뿜뿜뿜뿜 뒤늦게야 소리내 널 부른다
나는 이제 알아 이제야 너를 알아
너를 잡고 싶어 너를 따라간다 따라간다 쫓아간다 쫓아간다 찾아간다 찾아간다 점점 더 멀어져 시간의 벽을 넘어 너를 찾아간다 지금은 달라도 시작은 같았다 아직 돌아갈 수 있다고 믿어 지금 하나 둘 줄을 세면 우리 거를 잰다 나는 이제야 알아 이제야 너를 알아 너를 잡고 싶어
We hope you guys enjoyed those songs. Now we're back for our final segment of the evening. Those two last songs were What Is Love, as I mentioned earlier. That's their pre-debut song. And then the last one that was played was EXO's Thunder, which is a fan favorite at their concerts. Now we had a lot of answers coming out of the group chat, and I did see some of the correct answers in there. So while we go back and review who had the most correct answers and who had them first, I'll go ahead and tell you the correct responses. Number 1, I asked who has a slight lisp when he speaks. That would be our gorgeous maknae Sehun. Number 2, who is currently studying for their master's degree, media and advertising? Well, that's none other than our super talented vocalist and super smarty Chen. And then number 3, who are the 3 EXO members and their best friends and Super Junior? First of all, we have Jio and his famous friendship with Super Junior vocalist Ryowook, aka Wookie. Now, if you guys have never seen them sing the song Missing You, I highly recommend that. You need to go and watch it, not right now, but after our broadcast is over. Is that actually a song that was recorded by the group Fly to the Sky, which I mentioned earlier, Brian Ju. It's a fabulous duet, and Ryowook and Dio do an excellent job. So they're the first friendship, Dio and Wookie. Now, number 2, the next pair in there is Sehun, who is extremely close to Donghae. Now, Donghae is the love of my life, y'all. That's my Super Junior bias. Kai only comes second to him, so y'all don't be mad at him. Don't be mad at me or him. But Sehun is so close to Donghae that he even went with the rest of the Super Junior members to see Donghae off when he enlisted in the military, which I thought was adorable. And lastly, there are best friends and cutie pies, Suho and Kyuhyun. Now, some people might be surprised to know about their friendship, because they actually aren't seen out in public very much. But Suho has been a trainee, for many years before he actually made his debut, and it was during that time that he really became close to Kyuhyun. He is part of a group of friends that are all famous for being buddies with Q, and so they're called the Q Line. They even filmed their own show together. If you haven't watched it, it's called Fluttering India, and it's available on KBS World on YouTube, so make sure to check it out. It was really cute. So how did you guys do on the trivia throughout the night? Are you feeling pretty good about yourself, or do you think you might need to brush up on your EXO knowledge? And we have one last fan account to share for the evening, and as promised, it is mine. Now, as a person that works in the media and as a press person, I've been doing this for several years now, and so as someone who's been does that kind of work, I've been lucky enough to be able to go to many concerts as part of the media, and also go to a lot of press conferences. Now, several years ago, I saw EXO-K for the first time at the Music Bank concert in Mexico City, and my Mexican EXO-L, where are you at? We know that concert was lit, right? Now, before the concert in Mexico City, they actually had a press conference, and I was blessed enough to be able to go in there and see some of these amazing artists up close. Of course, there was BAP and BTS and AILI and Girls' Day and all these wonderful groups like Beast and more. But then there was EXO-K. Now, I've just got to say that there were 2 members for each group, and so that were representing their group there at the press conference. And so for EXO, it was Suho and Dio. And guys, I just got to say something, okay? Suho has got the most beautiful skin that I have ever seen in my life. If you know me personally, then you have already heard the story, but I cannot get over it. His skin is absolutely flawless. Now, EXO was the last group to go in the rehearsal right before the press conference. So Suho and Dio were in their stage costumes, but they did not have time to do their makeup yet. So both of them came out without makeup. And honestly, Suho was just flawless. I still can't get over it. I would love to know his secret. He was literally glowing. His skin is perfect. He didn't have one freckle, not one blemish. It was so amazing. And I cannot believe how incredibly beautiful he was. Now, him and Dio are both really tiny, much tinier than you expect. They're very just small in general and very petite, but so cute and very manly. Now, moving on to the concert, I was very lucky to find a spot by the stage. There was no barrier in front of the stage, so it was just me right directly in front of the stage. And in my section, I'm a BAP fan, but in my section, it was all BAP fans. So when EXO would come over to my part of the crowd, no one really cared except me. So of course I'm sitting there in my EXO, my Kai shirt with my signs and everything. So when Baekhyun came over, I did get several cute interactions with Kai and even Sehun and also Suho. But when Baekhyun came over, he saw me, he saw my sign, he saw my t-shirt. I'm a pretty tall person, y'all, so I was kind of head and shoulders above the rest of the people around me who were all kind of petite themselves. And so he just comes right down right where I'm at the stage. He kneels down in front of me. His face is like maybe 2 feet away max, and he leans down right over my face, grabs my hand, and he sings like a full line of the song, and he's just got my hand in his holding it, and it was so cute. He's just like waving my hand back and forth as he's singing. He just had the most beautiful smile. It was so precious. I have to say, his hands are super tiny. They are very soft. It was so cute. And that night, I happened to be a really big fan of when Baekhyun wears a lot of eye makeup. And that night, y'all, he had some eye makeup game. It was so strong and fierce, and it just really made his eyes shine. So seeing that beautiful face and all that eye makeup right in front of my face, his tiny little hands that were so soft and sweet, oh my gosh. You guys, like I said, Kai's my ultimate bias, but Baekhyun is a very close second, so that was an amazing night for me. So do you have your own fan account? Have you ever seen EXO in concert? Did you have any cute interactions with them during their show? Let us know in the group chat. So we've got some time. So when we listen to the next song, which is The Eve, of course, another fabulous song, Alpha of the War album. So as we listen to that song, then I want everyone to share their own fan encounters, even if it's just really brief. Let us know what happened when you saw EXO, or who was your favorite, or who you thought was the best looking. I mean, we're EXO-L. We want to know all these details, y'all. So get to sharing. Right now, we've got The Eve coming up.
똑바로 봐, what's the situation? 당황한 너의 시선 넘어가는 무너지는 성벽, 차츰 밝아오는 새벽, yeah. 끝없이 이어지고 있어. 모든 칼날 끝에 잘라내지 못해 계속 반복되는 문제, yeah. 미처 풀지 못한 숙제. 높은 벽 앞에 쓰러지던 작고 약한 바람 소리가 뒤엉켜 폭풍처럼 몰아치는 소리를 들어봐. 깨고 부딪혀야 해. 우릴 볼 수 있도록 크게 소리쳐야 해. 멀리 번져가도록 여린 빛들이 번져가긴 어둠을 다 몰아낸 순간 다시 깨어나야 해. 새로워진 아침에 어머나 시선들로 날 봐. 이미 풍선 위에 앉아 까마득한 거리 yeah. 닿지 않을 듯한 외침 짓밟힌 채로 자라나던 간절한 수많은 꿈들이 보란 듯한 장 넘어 피워낸 풍경을 바라봐 깨고 부딪혀야 해 우릴 볼 수 있도록 크게 소리쳐야 해 멀리 번져가도록 여린 빛들이 번져가긴 어둠 물다 몰아낸 순간 다시 깨어나야 해 다시 깨어나야 해 새로워진 아침에 왜곡되는 진실 가르쳐진 거짓 변화의 목소리 파도가 일어 전부 집어삼킬 바다를 만든 건 It's you 깨고 부딪혀야 해 우릴 볼 수 있도록 크게 소리쳐야 해 크게 소리쳐 멀리 번져가도록 멀리 번져가린 빛들이 번져가긴 어둠 번져가 몰아낸 순간 다시 깨어나야 해 새로워진 아침에
I want to thank everyone so much for tuning in tonight to our EXO radio party and group chat here on What the K-Pop, only on WTK Radio. We had a lot of fun tonight, and we hope you did too. Now, we'll be tallying up all the points for the trivia that was correctly answered and notifying you guys of the winners, as well as putting all of the names of the people who participated this evening in the chat. We'll be putting those names into a drawing and choosing a random name for a prize as well. So when we have all the names of the winners, we'll be posting them on our Facebook page for WTK Radio, so make sure to stay tuned for that. We'll also be putting it on our Twitter account as well. Now, if you didn't know, WTK Radio just launched last week, so we wanted to kick things off with this EXO radio party and really have fun with you guys to officially launch our radio station. But next week, we're going to have some programs starting for our regular hours, so we're going to have a lot of different programs that I think you'll enjoy. We're going to have an SM hour, a YG family hour, a Throwback Thursday, a Hip Hop hour, and a lot more. So make sure that you stay tuned and support WTK Radio. It's going to be the only 24/7 K-pop online music station with no interruptions and no ads. Now, the only interruptions that we'll ever have is when we're having special broadcasting like this and we're talking, but otherwise it's just non-stop 24/7 K-pop music. So I hope you'll listen and support our radio station. Also, don't forget to support us by going to What the K-Pop's official website for your daily dose of K-pop news and fun. You can visit us at www.whatthekpop.com or check out our main What the K-Pop Facebook page, where we share a lot of fun videos, pictures, and more in addition to news. Thanks again to On the Way Home K-Pop Store in Atlanta for providing us with some of these great prizes for tonight's winners. Now, it's amazing to be part of the EXO-L fandom, and it has been great to spend time with you guys tonight. After the broadcast is over, we're going to keep going with some EXO songs. It won't be any talking and just be some EXO songs for the next half hour, and then we'll get back down into our regular broadcasting of non-stop uninterrupted K-pop music. But for our last EXO song for this part of the evening's broadcast, I wanted to slow things down a bit and end this section with one of my all-time favorite tunes from EXO, and that is Love, Love, Love. Thanks again for listening, my EXO-L family. This has been Amy, your DJ for the night, and we will see you next time. Until then, happy listening.
찾아가 그냥 다시 돌아와 널 만난 그 후로 이렇게 너의 주위를 두기 시작해 돌아올 순 없겠지 저 손잡이를 돌리면 저 굳게 닫혀있는 문 너머진 세상에 나는 궁금해
문이 열린 그 순간 내가 알던 세상과 다른 곳이 펼쳐져
네가 뜨고 지고 네가 피고 지고 너는 참 이렇게 따사로워
두 발이 닿는 곳 이 모든 게 다 너를 꼭 닮았어 난 살고 싶어 매일매일 이곳에 살게 해줘 하루 종일 네 곁에 저 시간이 안 나 내 꿈이 아닌 건지 나도 믿기지 않아 너 사람인 게 맞니
넌 모르겠지 아마 모를 거야 너를 향한 내 마음
You're mine
너만이나 비춰 I can see the future 네가 아니면 안 되게 너다시 태어나게 만든 너에게 Incredible
나 너를 만난 그 순간 내가 알던 세상은 찢어버렸어 같은 곳을 보고 같이 울고 웃고 너는 참 이렇게
잘 실감이 안 나 왜 꿈이 아닌 건지 나도 믿기지 않아 너 사람인 게 맞니
넌 모르겠지 아마 모를 거야 너를 향한 내 맘
없는 곳엔 두 번 다시 난 갈래 이제 너 없이 nothing 거기 출구는 지워져
아무것도 이제 더는 바랄 것이 없는데
Will you stay
나와서 순간 돌이킬 수 없어 아니 그보다 먼저 난 그럴 맘이 없어
만약에라도 네가 있는 곳은 상상할 수 없어
저 시간이 안 나 내 꿈이 아닌 건지 나도 믿기지 않아 너 사람인 게 맞니 참 다행이지 너를 알게 되고 사랑하게 됐어 Yeah, water, fire Earth, air, water,
Coming up next, another half hour of uninterrupted EXO music here on What the Kpop, only on WTK Radio.
내 낡은 기타를 들어 하지 못한 고백을 혹은 고집스레 삼킨 얘기를 노래 하나 만든 척 지금 말하려 해요 그냥 들어요 I'll sing for you 너무 사랑하지만 사랑한단 말 안 해 어색해 자존심 허락 안 해 오늘은 용기 내서 난 말할 테지만 무심히 들어요 I'll sing for you The way you cry The way you smile 내겐 얼마나 큰 의미인 걸까 하고픈 말 놓쳐버린 말 고백할 테지만 그냥 들어요 I'll sing for you
싶어요. 조금 우습죠 내겐 그대밖에 없는데 가끔은 남보다 못한 나.
사실은 그대 품에 머리카락을 부비고 안기고 싶은 건데 말이죠.
The way you cry, the way you smile, 내겐 얼마나 큰 의미인 걸까. 돌아서면 후회했던 말 사과할 테지만 그냥 들어요. I sing for you, sing for you. 아무렇지 않은 척해요. 매일 너무 감사해 그대가 있어서 신께서 주신 내 선물. 오늘이 지나면 난 또 어색해할지도. 하지만 오늘은 꼭 말하고 싶어. 그러니 들어요. The way you cry, the way you smile, 내겐 얼마나 큰 의미인 걸까. 하고픈 말 놓쳐버린 말 고백할 테지만 좀 어색하지만 그냥 들어요. I'll sing for you.